Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. If you're someone who wants to speak English more confidently, think faster in conversations, and finally stop translating every sentence in your head, then you're in the right place. This isn't just about grammar rules or vocabulary lists. This is about activating your mindset, building real fluency, and stepping into the English-speaking version of you. In the next few minutes, you'll hear a powerful one that will not only motivate you, but also show you how small daily actions can lead to big breakthroughs in your English. So get comfortable, open your mind, and most importantly, listen actively. Let the story inspire you to think differently, speak boldly, and grow your English skills in a whole new way. Are you ready? Let's begin. Think English, speak success. How embracing English transformed my life. Have you ever wondered what it would feel like to speak English without pausing, hesitating, or translating every word in your head? To walk into a meeting, introduce yourself in fluent English, and feel not fear but confidence? If you're reading this, you're already on the path. This is not just another article about learning English. This is your wake-up call. Because the truth is, if you want to take your life, your career, and your confidence to the next level, you need to stop learning English and start living it. Thinking in English isn't just a trick for fluency. It's a mindset. It's a door that opens to global opportunities, friendships, careers, and a version of yourself you may not have met yet. The ability to express your thoughts clearly and confidently in English is not a superpower, it's a skill. And like every skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. Let me tell you a story, not about a genius, not about someone born in London or New York, but about a young woman from a small town in Romania. Her name is Andrea. When Andrea was 17, her English level was almost non-existent. She could say hello and maybe write a short sentence like, "My name is Andrea," but that was it. She avoided English songs, skipped speaking classes. She was shy, unsure, and terrified of sounding stupid. But she had a dream to work in international business and travel the world. At the time, it seemed impossible. Everyone around her spoke better English. Her classmates mocked her accent. Once, when she tried to ask a question during an online course, someone laughed. She cried that night and decided she would never speak in English again. But that moment changed something deep. The next morning, as she stared into the bathroom mirror, her eyes swollen and red from crying, she asked herself one question: am I going to let fear decide my future? The answer was no. She made a promise to herself. If I want the world to hear me, I need to speak its language, and I won't stop until I do. She wrote those words in a notebook and taped them above her bed. They became her mantra. What followed was not a miracle. It was mindset, grit, and strategy, day after day, hour by hour. Andrea began thinking in English every day. She labeled everything in her house: door, mirror, fridge, shampoo, even her cat. Cat, she wrote on a post-it, followed by furry troublemaker. She started journaling in English, even when it took her 10 minutes to write a sentence. She whispered her thoughts in English when walking to school. She changed her phone's language to English. She watched movies with subtitles, then without. She sang along to English music badly at first and mimicked accents in front of the mirror. She even recorded herself speaking and listened back, cringing at first, then noticing small improvements. At night, before sleeping, she imagined conversations in English, ordering food in New York, interviewing for a job in London, giving a presentation in Singapore. She trained her brain to respond in English, to think in English, to dream in English. It was hard. Some days she doubted herself. Progress felt slow, but bit by bit, she noticed something. Words came faster. Sentences flowed smoother. The fear started to shrink. Her teacher noticed. Her friends noticed. Most importantly, she noticed. Then came the breakthrough. During her final year of high school, a local business association hosted a speech competition in English. The grand prize? A full scholarship to an international business summer camp in Switzerland. Andrea hesitated. Her hands trembled just thinking about standing in front of a crowd, but she remembered her mirror mantra, her late-night rehearsals, her silent promises. She entered. For 2 weeks, she practiced her speech every day, in the bathroom, in the garden, whispering lines on the bus. She didn't memorize it word for word, she lived it. The theme? Global voices, local impact. Her story. The day of the event, she stood on stage, heart pounding, palms sweaty, but she spoke. Not perfectly, but passionately. She told them about fear, about growth, about resilience. She ended with a line that made the room go still. I used to be afraid of English because I thought it was a wall, but I learned it's a bridge. Thunderous applause followed. Andrea won the competition. That summer changed everything. At the camp, she made friends from 10 different countries. She debated, collaborated, and joked in English. She stopped translating in her head. She started living in the language. 2 years later, she applied for a communications role at an international logistics company. The interview was in English. She smiled and spoke with confidence. She got the job. Andrea didn't stop there. Her company noticed her ability to connect across cultures, lead cross-border meetings, and deliver persuasive presentations in English. Within 18 months, she was promoted twice. By age 25, she was managing an international team, coordinating projects across 4 continents. She traveled to conferences in Berlin, Dubai, and Toronto. She became the go-to spokesperson for media interviews. And every time she stepped onto a stage or joined a Zoom call, she remembered the scared teenager whispering sentences on the way to school. Her journey inspired others. She started a YouTube channel sharing her story and tips for thinking in English. Tens of thousands subscribed. She launched a course called From Silence to Fluent, helping non-native speakers find their voice. Companies hired her to train their staff. Schools invited her to speak. Andrea's transformation didn't just change her life. It changed the lives of others. She even wrote a book titled Think in English, Live Without Limits, a collection of strategies, reflections, and stories from learners all around the globe. The book became a bestseller in the language learning community, praised for its relatable tone and practical advice. She donated part of the proceeds to fund English programs in underprivileged schools. Today, she mentors young professionals through a nonprofit she founded called Voices Without Borders. The mission? To empower non-native speakers to break through their linguistic barriers and own their space in the world. Her success wasn't built on grammar drills or perfect pronunciation. It was built on consistency, courage, and the decision to stop seeing English as a school subject and start treating it as a lifestyle. In recent years, Andrea has partnered with major educational platforms and tech companies to develop AI-driven language learning tools aimed at helping people think in English faster and more naturally. She's been featured in international publications, invited to TEDx events, and recognized by the European Commission for her work in multilingual empowerment. She also launched a global initiative called English for Change, an online community that connects language learners with mentors across industries from healthcare to engineering to digital marketing. The platform provides live discussions, virtual challenges, and storytelling nights, all in English. The initiative has grown to include over 150,000 members worldwide, breaking barriers one sentence at a time. In addition, Andrea's recent collaboration with virtual reality developers created immersive English learning experiences that simulate real-world conversations, allowing learners to practice speaking confidently without fear of judgment. These innovations are helping thousands overcome the psychological barriers that hold many back. Andrea often shares one piece of advice with her students and followers. The biggest change happens not when you speak English, but when you think in English. That's when the language becomes part of you. Her story reminds us that language is not just communication. It's identity, connection, and empowerment. So now it's your turn. The moment you start thinking in English, even simple thoughts, you change your future. Every label you put up, every phrase you whisper to yourself, every show you watch without subtitles sits a step forward. Don't be afraid to sound imperfect. Don't wait to be ready. Be like Andrea. Be relentless. Be brave. Because English is not just a language. It's your bridge to the world. Here's how you can start building that bridge. Start small, but daily. Describe your surroundings in English. Narrate your actions. I'm brushing my teeth. I'm making tea. These tiny moments create fluency. Think in English, even silently. Catch yourself translating? Pause, rewind, and say it again in English. Journal daily. Write a few sentences about your day. Over time, your vocabulary and confidence will explode. Speak out loud. Talk to yourself. Repeat lines from shows. Mimic accents. Sound silly. Sound bold. Immerse. Change your phone's language. Watch interviews. Listen to English podcasts while walking or commuting. Find conversation. Join online speaking clubs. Use apps to talk with native speakers. Don't chase perfection, chase progress. Be consistent. Fluency isn't built overnight, but every day you think, write, or speak in English, you get closer to mastering it. Set real goals. Want to lead a team? Travel abroad? Watch films without subtitles? Define your why. It will push you through the tough days. Celebrate milestones. Record yourself now and again in 6 months. The difference will amaze you. You don't need to move abroad. You don't need fancy courses. You need the decision to begin and the persistence to continue. Because one day, someone will ask you, "How did you become so fluent?" And you'll smile and say, "I stopped waiting. I started thinking in English." And when that day comes, you won't just speak English. You'll live it. And maybe, just maybe, someone will read your story next.